Hi, everyone. Welcome in. You're watching Weather Underground. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson. Big week of weather
Huge.
with one big storm, really, taking the headlines.
You know, and tracking very similar to the storm that we had last week, although this one may produce a lot more snow.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of those areas that would love to see some snow shut out again. But the areas that have been big winners this season, looking at you, Minneapolis, you may get crushed by this one once again.
Look at the snow that we've got in the forecast here. There could be a bullseye of somewhere between 1.5 feet to 2 feet of snow. In the Twin Cities, you're not out of the woods on this one. But notice where the storm track goes across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast. But places like New York, as of right now, there's no snow in your forecast. Philadelphia, Washington, D.C.
Nothing.
Where's been our snow this winter?
Well, and this one's not going to bring it either, so it stays missing, right? You're going to put New England that are going to be the big winners here, though, when it comes to this next round of snow. So we've got, you know, places like New York, places like D.C. and Philadelphia, once again getting shut out. It's farther up there that you get any kind of accumulation. Here's a look at Wednesday's forecast. There's our storm system. Again, that moisture getting pulled up along our frontal boundary. It is still very warm south of that warm front. So very, very mild temperatures all the way into the mid-Atlantic. Any of that cold air really focused farther to the north. So that's where we've got the setup that would be conducive for any kind of winter weather. Meanwhile, it's going to be rain, maybe a little wintry mix up there closer to, say, Albany, New York. But again, you got to go farther north to get any kind of snow. And on Thursday, that warm air pushes even farther to the north. So we've got rain now extending even into a place like Syracuse. You're likely to see the rain, little wintry mix north of town. I think Buffalo, Rochester, you guys could see a little bit of that wintry mix. So that, again, narrow battle zone, as we always call it. Binghamton, it's rain for you. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, rain for you guys. And again, any of that snow really limited and significant as we look towards the north country of New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and into Maine. Boston, I think you can see some light accumulations, but you can see any of that snow then will end as a wintry mix, even periods of rain. So that's going to eat away at any accumulation that you got as we move towards late Thursday. Now we get that freezing rain, wintry mix around the Boston area before precip moves out. So again, what's left to show for it? We start as snow, but I think by the time the system's over, we're not going to be looking at much snow out there. Snowfall totals, there's a look. Again, northern New York, northern New England, that's where we could see the Foot Plus Club. But Mike, look how drastically that drops off as you head farther to the south. It's a really nice day. And honestly, you don't have anything else to do because it's going to be snowing. So, like, what do you say we just sit at home and make all of that?
Everyone's going to the store today to get all the ingredients to do some crock pot cooking here this week because it's going to be cold and snowy and windy, and you're just going to want some comfort food.
Well, yeah, in Minnesota, they're also known for, like, the hot dish. This is why this is the weather the hot dish is for. You put everything in a pan. You put it in the oven.
Multiple hot dishes.
Yeah. Carbs on carbs on carbs
tater tots,
on carbs.
Tater tots, and then tater tots.
More tater tots. Hey, you are watching Weather Underground. We are here for everything you need, both on your menu and what's happening outside. I think a lot of that will be related, though, this week. We take a look at Mercer. I know you're looking at this going, all right, is this going to bring us that snow that we've really been waiting for? Boston, you might see some. New York, Philly, D.C., nothing. And when we look at the timing and the precip type, it kind of looks like the Candyland game board right now. We've got a little bit of everything, right? Colors galore. We start late Wednesday evening and overnight with snow. Then we're going to change over to a wintry mix. So that'll be the rain, the snow mixed together. Then by Wednesday around lunchtime, now we've got rain. So any of that snow that came down, that rain's going to get rid of that. That is a snow eater. Then we go back to mix, maybe a little freezing rain out there. So a little ice accumulation, end with a quick shot of snow by the time the precip wraps up early Friday morning. Again, a little bit of everything, and it's all going to be about what time and what day you're at, as opposed when it comes to what you're actually seeing. And as opposed to areas that stay in that snowfall, you unfortunately are looking at a little bit of everything. And the snow, really significant stuff coming on the onset, means that even if you get 1 or 2 inches, that rain's going to eat away at that. Winter severity index. So when we look at the colors, that coordinates to how tough or how easy you've had it so far this winter. A mild winter all across the east. You got to get, even to get like a moderate or average winter, you got to go way up into northern Maine. Meanwhile, we look at Minneapolis. That's the blue. You have seen a severe winter. So as Mike pointed out, there is not a ton of areas that have seen a bad winter, but Minneapolis, you're one of those spots. We look at snowfall departures from average all across the northeastern cities. Philadelphia, you have seen less than ½ inch of snow this year. That puts you over 1 foot below average. In Scranton, Scranton, Pennsylvania, under 11 inches of snow for the season. You're a double digits below average. And when we look at Buffalo, one of the only spots running above average, even a place like Burlington, Vermont, has been running below average. Average season for Buffalo would be around 94.5 inches. This season, over 116. We'll be right back.